Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in Las Vegas for another practice with the Raiders, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, and things are starting to get really interesting here. Geno Smith is playing well, but Aiden O'Connell is coming out of nowhere and competing at a high level. We're seeing a little bit of Jackson Powers-Johnson with the twos today, and there's a lot more news, notes, highlights, observations that we're going to go over in this video. Before we dive in, I want to give credit to all of the reporters out there, including your boy Q, Jesse Merrick, and there's so many more. Make sure you guys go follow these guys on Twitter or X, because without them, these videos just aren't possible to make. So go give them a follow, and I guarantee you, you will not regret it, because you follow them, you're gonna see everything that's happening at practice, even more from what I'm able to share with you guys. So go give them a follow if you haven't already done so. Comment down below 2 players that you're really excited to see during this year's preseason. Is it a guy like Ashton Jeanty? Is it a guy like Dante Thornton, Jack Bech? Who are you most excited to see during this year's preseason? And with that being said, let's kind of dive into today's video. Now, I feel like over the past couple of days here, we've heard a lot about potentially Aiden O'Connell winning this job. Now, listen, I'm just going to be quite honest with you guys. I don't see that happening. Geno Smith has kind of carried this team as a on and off the field leader. And although Aiden O'Connell has looked good in some team drills, Geno Smith is just different, right? This guy is a veteran. He's poised. He has the locker room behind his back already. They have him, and they're enjoying his presence in this locker room. Geno Smith is going to be your day one starter unless there's an injury. Aiden O'Connell, the progress has been good. Okay, he's a good sign for the Raiders. Geno's not the youngest guy in the world, and maybe he has 4 years left, maybe, but ultimately they do like Aiden O'Connell, and he's starting to show them a lot. We have to also think about this offense is a lot different than it was last season. He's in a new system in terms of Aiden O'Connell. So I think just that alone, maybe being more comfortable here in the NFL, maybe not as much pressure. He's starting to play well in practice. So again, it's just practice. We want to see him during preseason, but for anyone saying that, hey, is Aiden O'Connell going to be the starter? No, probably not. Unless there's an injury, Geno Smith is going to be your guy. And I think a lot of you guys should be excited because Geno Smith is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. And that's without a doubt. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think Aiden O'Connell should be the starter? I don't think so. I mean, again, for the future, could be. But yeah, let's keep going. Now, before we deep dive into how 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s are going in today's practice, I do want to keep you guys updated and say that Tyrie Wilson is going to have a major role within this football team going into next season. We all know that Christian Wilkins is now a free agent. A lot of things were happening behind the scene. Also heard something about an interaction with a teammate. If you guys have any knowledge about that, let me know. But Tyrie Wilson is probably going to play a lot of interior defensive line this year and a lot of 3 technique formations. Now, you have Malcolm Kuntz and you have Max Crosby on the outside, but now that Christian Wilkins is gone, there's kind of a void there. Yes, you had Adam Butler, or you have Adam Butler. You have JJ, you have Tonka Hemingway, and some other guys as well, but they believe that Tyrie Wilson has put on some weight, good weight, muscle, and is going to be able to compete right away on the interior of this defensive line, which would be huge, huge. I mean, they need one of these high-end picks to really take off. And Tyrie Wilson could be that guy. I'm really hoping for it in this new system. Not new system because Patrick Graham's here again, but on this new coaching staff who do a really good job at getting the full potential out of players. Pete Carroll's done his entire career. I think he could really help out Tyrie, which is huge. Another guy getting a ton of first-team reps, and he feels like he's just sticking around Geno Smith the entirety of the time, as you see John Spytek come over. Dante Thornton, man. Dante Thornton is a freak of nature. They love having a big-bodied wide receiver with high-end speed. He just changes the dynamic of this offense. A lot of people think he's going to be the day one starter outside of Jacoby Myers and or Trey Tucker, Jack Bech. I kind of agree. He is building a connection with Geno Smith right now. That is something you love to see, but he's doing a lot of things. A lot of people question his ability to run a full route tree, but early on they are really trying to establish that in his game. They're trying to get him more comfortable running different routes. We all know at Tennessee, he was only running skinny posts and go balls. That's pretty much it. That's all they needed him to run. So now coming into the NFL, they actually are pretty surprised. They're saying, hey, listen, we didn't know this guy could run these routes. We didn't know he could do this stuff because they weren't utilized at Tennessee. But right now, they are surprised by his development and overall ability to play the wide receiver position at the next level. That's why he's getting those first team reps. Now, when you look at this tweet from Jesse Merrick back for day 4 of training camp, which is today, Dante Thornton has impressed in his short time with the team. His size and speed combo is something most of the other guys in that room lack. So this is huge. When you go to Jesse Merrick's page, he actually tweets out a bunch of stuff that's happening. Let's kind of just go through a couple of them, right? And actually, before we deep dive into that, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we got you guys covered every single Raiders practice, every single Raiders preseason game, regular season game. Going to be breaking down a ton of film, so make sure you guys stay tuned. With that being said, let's dive in. So Pete Carroll loves having the fans out here at practice. Dude just ran over to the fan section and got the whole crowd going. If you guys are at practice, let me know how that intensity is here, what the vibe is like. Also, Adam Butler, the guy that we can talk about a lot. When you look at this Raiders defensive line here, Adam Butler is going to be huge. Him, Kuntz, and Max Crosby. Right now, they are slotting Lecky O2 in as the starting 3 technique for this team. But again, like we said earlier, I think Tyrie Wilson is going to fit right into there. I think he's going to do a great job. From there, obviously, Charles Snowden was great last year. They ended up keeping him on the team. Tonka Hemingway is already moving up the depth chart. We've seen him kind of listed in the 3s and the 4s, but he is working his way up as well, surpassing some guys. So, hey, defensive line room doesn't look as bad as a lot of people think. We also have some more Dont'e Thornton and Darien Porter going back-to-back, head-to-head. They're going to have some good battles in practice over the years. I don't doubt it at all. He said Thornton with a nice comeback route on him in team drill. I did hear a little bit more about that from some other guys. Good throw, great catch. I mean, the dude's catch radius is insane. Smith is off to a hot start on team today. Again, putting to rest a lot of those. Is Aiden O'Connell going to be the starter? It's not going to happen. It's just not. But again, I actually want to go look at boy Q. He actually does a really good job as well covering this team. Let's see if he has put anything out about today's practice. Okay, so a lot of JPJ with the 2s. Okay, so Jackson, Powers, Johnson with the 2s. Why would this be happening is my question mark. Because when you look at the offensive line here, starting center. So is this because they want to try out other guys? They want to see how Caleb Rogers is in some spots, or are they just trying to see who well together? Definitely an interesting. I don't really know. And then we have rookie Caleb Rogers and Adam Butler just had a spirited exchange. This team is ready for the pads, which I believe comes on next practice. I'm not too sure though. But ultimately, a lot of stuff going on at practice today. We also had a nasty touchdown. Geno Smith had Trey Tucker for a deep touchdown off of play action. Aiden O'Connell was letting it loose as well with the second team. Finds rookie Jack Bech for a deep touchdown. This team is getting activated, and you love to see it. Obviously, one side of the football has to win, so everyone who wants the defense to win, sorry, but they're getting beat right now. And for the past couple of days when the defense was winning, now it looks like the offense is bouncing back. This is exactly what you want to see in a training camp. You don't want to see one side of the ball dominate every single practice. Now you get balance. Huge. So here's one from Ryan McFadden. He does a really good job covering this team as well. He put out Jordan Meredith playing center with the 1s just like on Friday. Interesting. Jordan Meredith, who actually played well towards the end of last year. Very, very weird. I am interested to see what that's about. All right, so during 11 on 11s in the red zone, Smith's pass to tight end Brock Bowers was broken up in the end zone by Eric Stokes. Eric Stokes, man, he's a baller. The baller is going to get a lot of playing time. We saw the Jack Bech touchdown from Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell with another touchdown pass, this time connected with Alex Bachman. Make sure you guys go follow Ryan McFadden. I'm going to end the video here, but there's going to be plenty more updates from practice. Go follow all of these reporters. You'll know exactly what's going on.